the bathroom really bad during that, but I also wanted to listen to it, so I just like speed ran that to the point where I didn't even use my phone, and it was really weird. I haven't pissed acoustically in years. Anyway, that ate up more time than I wanted it to, but it was funny. So recently I've come to the conclusion that I have too many hobbies. Like, I have too many hobbies to the point where I can't realistically do all of them to their fullest extent while also being able to enjoy the other pleasures and pains of life. Like, I'm a washed-up photographer, attempting to get better. I'm an artist, I'm a stand-up comedian, that's why I'm here. I have a lot of very different hobbies all over the place, and then there's also like laundry and having to eat and grocery shop and yada yada yada. And I've come to the conclusion that I can't do it all. There's no way for me to enjoy all of the pleasures in life as well as everything else. There's just physically not enough time. I can't do it all. So I've had to start limiting myself. And so for that, tonight I've decided to limit myself to you, you, and, well, if we cover him up, you. So that's the opening joke. But really, this is all just a lead-in to talk about photography. I've recently wanted to get back into photography. I used to do photography a lot for a musician I was dating at the time, but we broke up and then they illegally used my photos as album art. But I wanted to get back into it, and I'm a big believer in community. Not the show, that's a myth, but the idea that people with a common goal should be working together. We should be propping each other up. If you support me, I want to be able to support you. And so I've been going along to other musicians that have been here and performed here, and I've been offering basically just photography services, being like, hey, if you want this, I just want to support you. You don't even need to pay me. Just let me be artistic about it. And the only person to say yes was Dylan, who is not here. Which is unfortunate because the entire rest of the set is making fun of him.
I'm recording it for you.
Thank you so much, that helps. It doesn't get his yowl in it though, when someone makes fun of him. But yeah, so Dylan said yes, and I came up with an idea, and specifically we were aiming for album art. We wanted to come up with something for a potential release of his. And unfortunately he's not here, otherwise he would have gone right before me. That was the plan. But he would have gone right before me, and a lot of his music has this air of loneliness to it. It was a very lonely, sad vibe. Even in like his happier songs, for some reason, there's this lonely vibe to it. And so I wanted to try to capture that in an artistic, photographical way. And so I came up with an idea. We had a date scheduled and everything. We planned out this whole thing. And then when the day comes, this dumbass shows up to my house wearing a Mickey Mouse sweater. Now, ignoring the obvious copyright problems, that's not sad. If somebody's wearing a Mickey Mouse sweater, I guess sure you may think they're lonely, but you don't think they're sad. So, anyway, so the first thing we did was go to Target. So we immediately went to Target. He bought a new sweater, I bought this sweatshirt, so it turned out fine. We went shopping. And then we ended up going to a beach in Minneapolis to do our photo shoot. We got there a bit early. He had time to change into his new sweater, so I did get to see a celebrity naked. Well, shirtless, but you know, I have an imagination. So we got there, he changed, we waited, we got there early, we had this very specific vibe for what the sun, like what the background in the sky and like the lighting of the, yeah, that's words. We had a very specific vibe that we wanted to go to, and we wanted to make sure we hit it. So we got there early, we set up everything, we took the photos, and then after all the photos were taken, we ended up going back to my place because I have a guitar that I got back in like early middle school. that's like super small. I never learned how to play it. I have no rhythm. But her name is Gertrude, by the way, if anyone was wondering. So he fiddled around with Gertrude, played her for a little bit, tuned her for the first time in like 4 years. After that, he got to meet my cat. His name is Bugsy. He's fantastic. Yay! Bugsy's great. Then he also did a magic trick for me, which I don't know if you guys knew that, but he can do magic. Surprise there for anyone. So yeah, all in all, I guess a good summary of the day is that this Mickey Mouse motherfucker took me shopping, stripped down, let me take photos of him, and then came back to my place, fiddled my G-string, played with my pussy.